Alright people, so somebody requested me to do a video on a YouTube account called Free Radio Revolution. This is kind of, I don't know if they're like working together or whatever, but I did a video, I think like a week or two ago on Free Radio Revolution YouTube channel. And they're kind of similar, but I mean we differ, me and Free Radio Revolution, a little bit. But again, we're still on the, I've talked about this before, even if we differ on a few issues, we are still on the same team, because we both want freedom, we both want the truth, we both are for the basic principles. Now, you know, he seems to critique, and especially Red Pill Revolution, critique Alex Jones and call him, you know, controlled opposition, and he's a shill. And I don't really buy that, because if Alex Jones is controlled opposition, then why is he exposing the government? I mean, it's kind of illogical there. Why is he pushing for the Second Amendment and freedom? I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. They don't really have any evidence to back it up that he works for the government. They just say, basically, just because they differ, you know, Alex doesn't agree with everything they say. That's why he's controlled opposition. He's there to demonize us because he doesn't agree with everything he says. Well, not everybody's going to agree with everything you say. And then he says, "Oh, Mark Dice is controlled opposition too," and you know, again, I don't buy it. But I mean, and then they like to demonize Alex Jones for selling products online. People, that's called capitalism. Have you ever heard of it? Selling products to people, yeah, to actually fund, you know, your business and make money for yourself. Have you ever heard of that? That's called capitalism. And they're like, oh, he just wants your money. Yeah, he does want your money so he can make money. That's part of life. You have to make money to survive, alright? I mean, they're demonizing him for being a capitalist and selling products that, for the most part that I've seen, get very strong reviews. I actually got this from Infowars.com, and if he's an actor, he deserves to win fucking Emmys every fucking year then, because he's the best actor I've ever seen. So there's pretty much my response to. And if you watch his show daily like I do, I watch it I took a little break. I watched it on Monday last week, but I usually watch it every day. But mostly this week I didn't watch it. But I'll resume on Monday. Just took a little break from it. I mean, it gets a lot to watch, like 3 hours a day. But if you watch his show every day, you know, you would understand how I feel, you know, that he's not controlled opposition. I mean, it's kind of obvious he's not controlled opposition. But again, I mean, Free Radio Revolution, Mark Dice, Red Pill Revolution, I mean, we're all really on the same team in the end. And we cannot have little skirmishes in between one another, because that's just going to divide us apart. Have you ever heard of divide and conquer? The strategy of dividing us so they could easily conquer us? It's easier to fight a group, you know, 10 groups of 2 people, as opposed to one group of 20. So that's the strategy: divide us, have us fight with one another, and then come in and conquer us. So that's really and we gotta realize maybe we differ on some issues, but in the end we have to come together as one and fight for freedom, fight for, you know, basic principles of liberty and freedom and capitalism. And just, you know, the right to you know, our basic constitutional rights: life, liberty, property, pursuit of happiness. Just fight for all the good things in life that make us free. So there you go, people. I mean, that's basically my response. I mean, he seems to put out a lot of truth on his YouTube page. I mean, some things, you know, I might not agree on, but whatever, you know. It's a lot better than a fucking Bill O'Reilly. Holy shit, is Bill O'Reilly annoying. You know, you watch him up there thinking he's the greatest of all time because he's the top, you know, he's got the most viewers out of all the, you know, the shows on the mainstream media, and boy, is he fucking annoying. I just hate him. And, you know, how he bullies his guests around. And I was watching an interview he did with an Iraq veteran, and he asked him a question. Like he always asks that same question. Well, do you think it'll be a good war if we win the Iraq War? That same fucking annoying question. And the guy's trying to answer it, and Bill's like, it's a yes or no question. Like, shut the fuck up, Bill. It's just so fucking annoying. Bill O'Reilly and a lot of the, Rachel Maddow, Al Sharpton. I mean, a lot of these fucking liberals who are actually communists or so-called conservatives who are actually neoconservatives, warmonger freaks who are anti-freedom. It's just fucking annoying to see, the mainstream media just so corrupt and horrible. But then you got alternative media, which puts out a lot of good information. You got, WorldNet, I haven't really done a lot on WorldNet Daily, but you have WorldNet Daily with Joseph Farah. You have Savage is a good one out there. A lot of, and I turn on the radio, turn on the car, the radio channel's on, and it's a good conservative who's talking. Actually, a good conservative who's talking. I don't know his name really, but I mean, it sounded good, and they actually had somebody on there from WorldNet Daily just randomly, I hear this guy, Bill Bentley on a lot, and I mean, so there's a lot of good conservatives in, I guess, what you would call the mainstream media, but for the most part, I think the mainstream media is corrupt, but again, on the alternative media, you got WorldNet Daily, Drudge Report, InfoWars, RT is a good one. I mean, I guess you can consider them mainstream, but they're another one who's a lot better than a Fox News or MSNBC. And yeah, I mean, in the alternative media, you have a lot of good people who are looking for the truth as opposed to going along with the government narrative. So there you go, people. There's my thoughts on Free Radio Revolution.